Orders at this steel pipe factory in northeastern China are taking a hit once again. They've already been hurt by anti-dumping restrictions from the World Trade Organization. They're now facing a hefty US steel tariff. Only a small portion of the company's products head for US shores, but its managers are still concerned.
As soon as the policy was announced, our orders dropped really low. Buyers factor in the time it takes to process and transport the products, which takes about 3 months. That's why when the policy first came out, our orders already went cold.
Companies like Huayang are in desperate search for new buyers. They say the yuan rising against the dollar isn't helping.
Chinese steelmakers have already faced a tough few years of closures as the country tries to curb pollution. At the same time, steel prices here have shot up. But now some producers are worried about competition, particularly from their neighbours.
The US, Hong Kong, South Korea and Singapore have products in the same price range. Singapore's steel planks are even cheaper than China. They have a high inventory.
Beijing is ready to protect its interests. There's been talk of slapping a tax on imports ranging from agricultural products to consumer electronics. They would hit the US economy where it's most vulnerable. Elsewhere in Asia, economists warn that Trump's tariffs may trigger a much larger chain reaction. Southeast Asia is spending billions on infrastructure and will likely become the next dumping ground for Chinese steel. It could also be the start of a perfect trade storm.
Asia is obviously a very trade-dependent region, and it is absolutely vulnerable to a trade war, particularly between the US and China. At the moment, though, we think it'll be contained. But if this goes to a full-blown trade war, where we're seeing blanket tariffs across basically all goods, and we have retaliation from China, the EU and other markets, Japan, Singapore, and so on. If we were to get to that stage, global economic growth would fall by at least 2 percentage points. Everyone suffers.
If a trade war does break out, it's not just the big businesses that will suffer. Consumers will face a sharp rise in the cost of products both in Asia and America. The US tariffs are being imposed just after 11 Pacific nations sealed a Trans-Pacific Trade Agreement. The US withdrew from the deal last year. It will eliminate 98% of tariffs in a marketplace that makes up 14% of the world's GDP. It's a sign that the global trading system will eventually prevail, despite a bumpy road ahead.